All right, so to start, Teslas, this is a white Tesla. Typically, a lot of them, I think, come white standard, right?
White is the new base,
okay.
So it's not extra, yep.
Okay, so then the black ones, the issue with those is all the paint defects that you can see. With the white, we have a special light system here. We built to best see swirls and scratches.
Okay.
With the white, you're not gonna see as many due to the glitter in there that they put. And then when you get the right angle on it, you can see there's not really anything you can see. Whereas if this was a black vehicle, like previous Teslas we've done, you can see all the paint defects, scratches, marring, and even just odd little things that we have never seen before in other vehicles. We don't know what it is, but it's a common thing across all Teslas. Okay. Aside from that, it's a new vehicle. It's not gonna be perfect. Dealerships are dealerships. They're gonna miss things. So a couple of the things that we saw on the Tesla, before we decontaminated or did any washing, we go around and note these things. Just some adhesive left over. There was some more that came off in the wash process as well. But that's gonna be standard on a lot of vehicles from the wraps they put on it when they're transporting it. That kind of gets, especially Teslas, they probably do a full wrap on them. Another thing we found across the rear and on the side skirts of everything was called rail dust. What that is any sort of iron fallout, from cities, brake dust will get on your paint on the clear coat, and it'll look like it's rusting, and people freak out, but that's easily removed. It was easily removed in the decon process. We've got some before videos on our Instagram, but it's all completely removed. There are a few spots that we'll take out in polishing. We can actually show you one up this way. So just some extra glue right here as well, but right here is gonna be the iron rail dust. That's what it's gonna look like around the vehicle. It was pretty spotted, but now it's completely removed.
All right, see if we can focus in on that. So you saw a bunch of little orange dust.
Yeah, so they were all over the place. Typically you're gonna find them on white vehicles. They're gonna be on any other vehicle, but you're not gonna see them due to the color. Silver, you might see them. Yeah. But in order to remove that, use iron remover every now and then just to get that stuff off there. You don't want that sticking on and damaging your clear coat, or if it's on your ceramic coating, you don't want to damage your ceramic coating. Okay. But you're gonna find it anywhere from the kind of this area back, just like if you're driving, when your vehicle's gonna get dirty, it's gonna go in that upward motion, and then as long as you pull back, that's the only reason is because it's taking, usually it's coming from your brakes and it gets flashed up on there. And the only time you'll find it at the front is if you're car hauling or following behind somebody closely.
So a little walk around here on the vehicle, and here's the biggest question I know so many of you guys have gotten, and frankly, the car's making noise, we have no idea what it's doing, is whether or not you should get a clear coat, or not a clear coat, but a ceramic coat added to your Tesla in 2021. Now, I've watched dozens of videos of other folks having like paint swirls, like low spots, just crazy stuff on the Tesla paint. You think that if you bought a car that's like 100 freaking grand, that it would have like immaculate paint, and that's actually not the case with a lot of the Teslas that come off of the factory line, like Mark was just saying. So by the time we're done, I'm gonna tell you guys how much this whole process costs, because it's not cheap, but it is an investment into your new vehicle to make it look beautiful and protect the paint for years to come. So Mark, let me ask you again, I gotta go back to you, you are our expert. What kind of protection are we doing today? So I know there's like a good, better, best. Can you maybe help these guys out if they're thinking about getting a ceramic coating, what they should be thinking of?
So we're doing the best of the best here. We have IGL Kenzo. This is their brand new reinforced with graphene. It's gonna be a 5-year coating. Okay. Before Kenzo was a 4-year before they
formulated it.
Yeah, reformulated it recently.
Nice.
Key there.
Here's a little key if you guys haven't seen the key before. Pretty dope. All right.
On top of that, we're gonna be doing the Eco Coat wheel. This is with IGL as well, and this is gonna be strictly for the wheels. The difference, if someone's curious, is the temperature rating on them and the bonding agents, different chemical, littler bottles. We can open up these a little bit and we can dive into them, what's included in them. Cool. And these are authorized installer only purchases, such as these. You may be able to find these on some websites. please do research. Yeah, please do research before installing it on your wheels. You might mess them up.
Well, let me ask you this: DIY versus going to a guy like you, right? So what's your professional opinion? No right or wrong answer. By the way, nothing's sponsored here. We're paying for this out of pocket.
No, yep. The difference that you'll find is longevity. More than happy you can go ahead and do your own vehicle. I know people success stories that have. I've also known failures where they ended up having to pay it to get done anyways.
Sure.
And the time it takes, people just end up getting high spots all over. We'll explain all that later on in the process, but
cool.
As far as purchasing it, you can get a 1 to 2 year coating you can purchase, but anything more than that, I wouldn't purchase unless it's coming from a reputable company, but usually those companies don't sell them unless you're authorized installer,
cool.
Like IGL. We do believe you can purchase some coatings from them, but I use IGL and then another coating as well, so like he said, not brand sponsored at all, just the products we use here.
There you go, there you go. All right, bro, so what do we do next? So we got a base wash on the car, all that Michigan salt, right?
Yeah.
So we cleaned it up, you did a little detail out here. So what do we do next in this whole process?
So it all got washed up. The biggest thing after you wash, decon, clay bar, whatever you're doing to it when you're prepping it, is gonna make sure all the water is gone. So what we've done to ensure that is we've taken a leaf blower, air compressor, every sort of pressurized air we can find to blow out all the cracks, crevices, anything on the wheels, sort of anything that's gonna drip, because ceramic coatings and water touching is definitely a no-no.
Okay.
And that's where you get high spots, and that causes lots of not damage to your paint, but a lot more work involved in removing those, recoating, especially on a black vehicle. You can get into the issue of paint corrections and just the panel looking completely different in certain areas than other ones.
There you go. All right, man. Hey, by the way, a little plug for you guys. I see a little sign, the stencil up here on the wall, just Precision Auto Detailing. We can always plug your stuff in the comments in the description, but I'm excited. So what do you need from me, or what do we do next? Because I know I'm not gonna be here for the whole process, but I wanna make sure we get the lay of the land for these guys. Where do we start? What are you doing next?
So we can start with the wheels. So we're gonna be applying this more than likely tomorrow after we do some more paint prep.
Cool.
It's a layer process in multiple vehicles.
Okay.
So first thing we do is we glove up. Like I said, we've taken care of everything on the vehicle up to this point. So if viewers are interested in that process, they can comment, we can respond, everything like that. But everything up to the point where we're starting now is already done and ready. And then from here, we glove up. We're going to take pre-coat, another IGL brand, but any sort of stripper. Even though we did decontaminate the paint and everything like that, we want to make sure everything's removed before we apply a coating. So
gotcha.
We're not going to apply it to the paint today, we'll do that tomorrow. We will apply it to the wheels. So what we're going to be doing for the wheels is first we got to open this up too.
Yeah, sorry I can't camp out here all day for you guys and show you the whole process. That's why I'm paying him the good money to do that. I got to get running as it always is. But look, long story short, guys, my wife Liz goes, "What's a ceramic coating?" And if you guys haven't watched YouTube videos on the process and what it takes and what it entails and whatnot, I'm not selling you on it. I'm just telling you, put it into the budget. If you guys are spending good money on a really nice Tesla, Model 3, Model S, Model X, just take care of them. Take care of your car, and I don't want to use the word investment, but take care of your investment, because we know cars aren't necessarily investments. But again, it goes hand in hand with a Tesla. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. And until somebody who's a ultra Tesla reviewer and nerd and tech kind of a guy tells me otherwise, every single person I've ever watched that buys a Tesla gets some ceramic coated, okay? So that's what we're doing today. Again, I'm excited about the process. So where are we at with this guy? All right.
We're gonna unbox this. This is again, EcoCoat wheel. Strictly designed wheel coating for any sort of finished wheel. So here we have the matte sort of finish, satin finish, whatever they call it now. Yep. But gloss, anything is gonna be protected with this.
Okay.
Inside of here,
I feel like I'm really building this up. It's probably like a spray, and
it's a little bottle. It is.
Yeah, okay.
Just some information for the installer and what we give our clients is there.
And sorry if I'm throwing Johnny on the spot, Mark. Here, he's like, I used to do YouTube videos back in the day. He's like, I don't mind it.
A while ago.
But I know you wanted to help everybody, and if you're in Metro Detroit, Michigan, look this guy up. He knows what he's doing. So
in here they come standard with some more pre-coat. We keep it on stack. We do a lot of coatings here, so we have big jugs of it in the back.
Okay.
They send you some gloves and whatnot. Sprayer for pre-coat.
Hey, gloves and masks, they're like a commodity in 2021, bro.
No masking here. I might have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Their applicator block that they send, in there some applicator cloths. We don't use that application method just due to what it takes, and we use different applications. So
cool.
Down to the nitty gritty, what we actually use is in here.
All right.
So we can toss this box away.
Hey, look at this guy, man. It's like the water bottle flip, but different.
So this is Eco Coat wheel. This is what we'll be applying with special applicator. So the reason we use a special applicator for at least wheels is...
Hey, look at this, man. It's like the angel singing there. Shout out to Kenzo. They can send a check later, you know what I'm saying?
So these are a stack of what we use, as well as we have minis back here too.
Okay.
These are used in different applications, but we use these ones specifically to maximize our way. Basically, there's a little barrier in here that allows us to use this side, and then it won't leak through to the other side like a normal sponge. So that just allows us to use more. And then we use these with wheels. That's why we're using not this, because imagine trying to take this with a cloth and get in between the wheel, cracks. You're not going to get the areas you need. Yeah, so
that would take a lot of time.
We use these. They're little coating cloths. You can put your hand in. You can get little finger ones, you get ones that like move around. We just use these ones.
Sure.
So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna bring this stuff down here, Eco Coat prep. We're gonna prep a wheel, and then we're gonna show you how it's coated, the process, and what we do.
So we are going to the wheels. What do we got?
All right, so just a disclaimer to all you viewers, you see these, you make, oh, you didn't clean them, oh, what'd you do to them? That's the way our brake cleaner, our wheel cleaner reacts to the brakes. The second he backs out of here and hits the brakes at all, the second it's able just to cover, when the brakes are touched and it covers the whole thing, it'll all go away. Okay. It's just surface on there. It's the way our non-acid wheel cleaner reacts to the brake pads. So no harm, no foul there at all. Okay. Next up, we're gonna be taking our pre-coat. What we're gonna do with this, shake it up, make sure we dilute ours, so we just make sure it's all diluted, and then just gonna mist it on there, get enough on there, and basically you're just wiping, completing, making sure it's dry. And in this process, even though you may have cleaned the tires, if you apply the tire dressing and whatnot, you wanna be careful not to grab. So if you're gonna wipe it here, you want to be careful not to grab dirt, dust, any tire stuff and put it right onto the surface you just cleaned. Gotcha. It'd be kind of pointless. So it's very careful. We usually go inside to out, making sure, and then we take a separate cloth and go around, make sure we're not getting anything back onto the clean surface. Gotcha.
Smells good.
It does smell good, yes. They do.
At least they're thinking about you guys while you guys are applying this stuff for 5 hours a day, you know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this as we're working. What's the point of a ceramic coating? It protects the paint. Is it like a invisible armor? Same thing on the wheels. Like, why would somebody drop a couple bucks on a ceramic coating? Is this something you're gonna do on a Hyundai? Is it reserved for like a BMW and above? Like, where are we at here?
So, at least with our business model, we aren't particular on, it only needs to be applied to Teslas, BMWs, Lambos, all that stuff. Right. It can be applied to a daily driver. We've done Hyundai Odysseys, we've done 3 of them in the last month. Okay. So, it all depends on the client. Again, not everyone's gonna benefit from a coating. The reason I say that is because some people just won't look at their car the way other people do. You should shut your door, look at your car and be like, wow, that's my car. Yeah. Whereas somebody might just be like, that's my car, I just drive it, it gets me to and from. Yep. I'm not gonna shut my door, look at, oh wow, it looks so good today. You could drive a beat up car and take care of it, love it, turn around when you shut the door and say, I love that car. Yep. That's gonna be the kind of car you wanna protect. So it's not based on the vehicle, it's more based on the person. Okay. And we like to kind of hint that out right away. If we can tell someone's not gonna benefit from a coating, we're not gonna sell them on it. Sure. But in terms of what you wanna call it, invisible armor, invisible shield, and in layman's terms, for people to understand, it's like a clear coat on top of your clear coat. Totally different process, different everything, but the hardness is there. There's a lot of scientific behind it to do your own research on, but it's easier to say it's a armor shield on top of the paint. All right. And for people that are watching that don't understand this stuff, that's gonna be the easiest way to explain it. There you go. So here's Eco Coat wheel, again, seeing it again. So the process we're gonna do, we're gonna use our little oven mitt here, as Brian just called it, so I'm gonna coin that now. Our little oven mitt, we're gonna put a few drops on here.
Or a sock puppet, you know?
Oh, it could be a sock puppet too. And,
I'm so distracting, bro. You can kick me out of here anytime.
We're gonna wipe it around. The process we're gonna spread it around different areas right away, just to get the bulk of the product around the whole wheel, and then we're gonna go ahead and rub it in. It's gonna take 2 to 5 minutes to flash. This coating does the first layer, and then once that goes around, we're gonna use our 3 towel method. We've got 3 towels we use, just due to the fact that we wanna remove all coating. We use a blue one. It's our biggest. There's a lot of sides to it because it's gonna take the most coating. So we will switch this around, flip it different ways. We've got, I think, like 10 or 12 different areas we can use on this towel, just to remove the majority of the coating. And then this takes a lot of that coating. So again, we use like this side, and then we won't use that side again. We use that side, flip it around, because we don't want to be dragging coating around. Next up is the gray. This will be the second step. Anything left pretty much get picked up with this one. And God forbid you have anything left, we use the yellow. So it's just a safety precaution that we use in place just to make sure we're not gonna leave any high spots, any coating left, something we implemented. But the standard usually is a 2 towel method that you'll see all across online.
All right, cool deal.
Gonna break the seal.
Ooh.
You know, it's good. It's not a used coating or anything.
Okay.
We're gonna take it. We're gonna apply just about that much. You wanna usually use a little bit more on your first one since your applicator is dry. And then once you are doing it a little bit, your applicator's got some coating in there. So you're gonna be able to just add a few more drops to it.
Okay.
Shocking that it's so little, I'm sure for you and the viewers to see. The stuff, I'm sure you can smell it by now.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's not to be played around with kind of stuff, definitely. But it's you'll see this will go a long way. But using too much just usually causes issues when removing it, as well as just a waste of product for our sense of things.
Yep.
But it's important not to jip out on products, so don't be installing it and feather it out. You want to have enough, but you don't want to have too much, because then you can just spread it around in areas you don't want it.
Gotcha.
And that comes more into play on the paint.
All right.
So what we do is, again, we're going to be spreading it. So I like to put it in different areas.
Oh wow, that does spread a lot.
Yeah, and this is just an application technique that I've picked up. That way, that bulk of it gets spread out along instead of me just going right here, and then this one has less coating than this one.
That makes sense.
So my people will be freaking out. Again, this coating isn't to be removed right away like some coatings you put on and they need to be buffed off right away.
Okay.
We do have coatings here that we use like that, but with this application process, it's about 2 to 5 minutes. So we're just gonna go around and apply it everywhere. And again, if you don't think you have enough on your applicator, you will see once you get to moving on these empty areas, if it isn't spreading enough, looking like the other little spokes you have done, then you may need to add some more, and that's totally fine. And the reason, again, we use this one is to get in areas like there.
Oh,
you can't get in there with that big block, just let alone just, it's a lot easier to use something like this.
Yeah, a little bit does go a long way, you can tell.
It definitely does, yes.
Very cool. And this will help, same thing, like road dust, grime.
Yeah, so it'll help just wash right off, especially the pesky brake dust you get. It just helps wash it right away without having to do any sort of scrubbing, like a lot of people usually do when they're cleaning their wheels, having to scrub. So a lot of this times you can just spray it off and it'll look good again. Especially with the matte ones. The shiny ones might take a little work to just get shiny again, but this will help definitely, just like it will the paint.
Okay.
Same thing, just different chemical bases to bond with the different surfaces as well, because this can be used on anything. They make suspension coatings as well, so you can use coatings on a lot of different things.
So where are we at now?
So we're in the removal process. So if you watch closely, so you saw me take it away, you can tell it kind of looks a little different than when it does when it has the product on there. But also the coating deepened the color of it.
Oh yeah.
If you can tell a huge difference or a small difference.
I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it does look.
Yeah, the wheels will look darker than what they did before.
Wow, that's actually pretty sweet. There's no way it's gonna show up on camera. I don't care what camera you have.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. It's hard to get that stuff on camera, even just before and afters of everything we do.
question that I know a lot of you guys are wondering, because I'm wondering it as well, is, Mark, if you want to help us out, when we go through a car wash, a coin wash, or we're self-washing it, now that the car is done, like, what do we do to take care of it? And the different car washes that we're going to, should we stay away from anything? Should we look into washing it by ourselves? What do we do now that the car has got the ceramic coating on?
Yeah, so what you are gonna avoid is gonna be those automatic touchless washes. What I mean by that is the washes you sit on it, pulls you through a track, not with brushes though, or you park and it moves around you. There's a couple different variances.
Sure.
They don't touch the vehicle. It's a bunch of water, soap, stuff like that. You'll find them at gas stations a lot of the time.
Yes.
You wanna stay away from those because as much as you think, oh, it's not gonna touch the vehicle, it's gonna be harmless, it's gonna be awesome, the degreasers they use are very strong and actually can cause damage to your ceramic coating.
Oh.
If you are looking to go through a touch wash, do research, find one near you. We have one close here that's awesome with their technology that eliminates scratching as much as possible. We have a white or anything vehicle. Avoid it if you have a black vehicle, it's gonna scratch it up and be noticeable. But if you're not worried about it, go ahead and go through it. It's not gonna kill the coating. We offer coatings that are warranted for car washes, 120 tunnel washes, will last you 3 years if you go every 2 weeks.
Okay. So stay away from the touchless ones because the degreaser is crazy.
Yeah.
And then next is the regular car washes. So what if they do touch the car? What about like a regular car wash?
That's totally fine if it touches the car. Just know that the more you go through that, and just like the more if you hand wash it, it's gonna just degrade and degrade and degrade. Okay. These coatings are good for 5 years, 3 years, whatever they are, at an average of using pH neutral soap and taking nice care of it. So when you are going through those tunnel washes and it's beating on the vehicle pretty hard, be aware that it might just degrade the life of the coating down a little more the more you go.
Okay, so less is more.
Yeah, so the benefit of the coating is the way you see it now is the way it should look after every time you wash it. The idea behind that is that there's no waxing needed, so it's especially awesome to see the first couple times it gets super dirty, especially on these salty roads here you'll see soon. You go to spray it down, and you can honestly sometimes, depending on the filth, just spray it down and not even use soap or touch it.
What?
It's awesome, just rolls right off. The self-cleaning property is a big thing I preach, so if it's a wet road, you're driving, not super dirty road, but just a wet paved road, and you get home, you'll see if your car was dirty before, you'll see, if it's not fully clean by now, you'll see lines where the water from the road has gone, and it's cleaned your vehicle, because the way the surface tension on the coating is, instead of your paint trapping the dirt and it's hard to take off, it's just gonna slide right off. When the water gets on there, it'll encapsulate it. We got some really cool photos we've had before of dirt actually getting caught up in a little water bead, and then around it there's no dirt because it's all trapped in, and it'll slide right off. Yeah, and then you can hand wash too if you're gonna hand wash. Use pH neutral stuff. We sell everything. If you have any questions, message us. We can help you out for free. Just let you know we want you to take care of your ceramic coated vehicle. So use all the right products. Don't buy a bunch of wax fillers or anything like that. Doesn't need any wax. Doesn't need any more protection. It's good for the longevity of the coating.
All right, guys, well, we're all done with the car and things turned out great. You guys can see Mark did a banger job. And here's what I want to do. I wanted to finish up with talking to my man here and see pricing, the different options and all this other stuff. So you want to give the lay of the land for these guys? I know we were talking 5 year, 3 year, all these different tiers. So if somebody is looking to get a car ceramic coated or clear coated, well, it's not clear coated, but ceramic coated, what do they look for and what can they expect to pay?
So at least here we start out at 6 months. That's an entry level. If you don't know if you'll benefit or not from a ceramic coating, we offer that as a very easy price into a ceramic coating. And we offer all the way up to 5 years, as you can see here. Okay. The gloss, the shine, all that's gonna be coming with all the ceramic coatings. No matter if you go with the 6 month or the 5 year, you're not gonna get a glossier vehicle because you have a 5 year. Okay. It's just gonna last a lot longer. Gotcha. The chemical bonds and formulas, you wanna get really into that, you can call us. There's a difference, and that's why there's a pricing difference, obviously. But as far as pricing, we start at 200 with the 6 month, and we go all the way up to over 900, and then on top of correction stuff, you can get up into the $1,500 range with a 5 year correction, wheel coatings. We offer so many different variables, glass coatings. There's just so many options when it comes to this. It's best to build something on our website. We have a quote form. You just pick what you're looking for, send it to us, we give you a price, contact you, and we can discuss what's best for your needs. Awesome. But on here, like I said again, we have the 5 year coating. We got a wheel IGL coating, we got glass coating all around, because obviously the Tesla does have a lot of glass.
Okay. So
take a look, guys. If you have any questions, let us know. Or everything I'm sure is going to be plugged in somewhere, but just look us up on Google and you can find us in Metro Detroit.
Awesome, dude. Cool deal. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. Well, hey, we'll kind of button it up right here. Super appreciate Mark taking care of the car. Sincerely, thank
Absolutely.
you, sir. This hopefully will keep it looking nice and shiny for years to come. And if you guys got questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And maybe if Mark's floating around, he can try to comment on your guys' comment. But let me know, are you guys investing in a ceramic coating for your car, whether it's a Tesla or not? I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. Hey, you know, $1,200-1,500 to invest kind of a pricey car. To me, it makes sense, but let me know what you guys are doing. And that's what I got for you. All right, guys, so that's it. Over and out. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new, and we'll catch up with you guys on the next one.